I should ask you about one other case. Do you think it's fair or just or appropriate to scalp tickets to a philosophy lecture? How many say yes? How many here bought a ticket online? How many say no? And who says no, who will explain why? Why would you object? Yes.
It's Jay Kim, and I think that there's a core problem to that problem, and I think economists would argue that if we let the market control the price, then it would be natural and it would be just. But I don't think that way. I think it's more like when you let money to take over everything, when you let money to buy everything, I think it facilitates social inequality, and the rich would be favored more than any other people who are less fortunate. So I think there is a real problem to that.
Let me ask you this question. How did you vote on the scalping of tickets to the rock concert? Is that wrong?
Yes.
And that's wrong because the poor can't afford high ticket prices?
Right, and I think there's more just to waiting in line rather than buying everything off online.
And would you say that of all goods? Would you say that markets are never appropriate to the allocation of goods?
As long as it's fair, I think it's good. But when there's a black market and when people can just buy off everything for a higher price, and I think it's really wrong.
All right. Who disagrees? Who would like to defend the use of markets, at least in some of these cases, against this objection? Who disagrees? Yes, the woman toward the front. Who's standing up? Tell us. What do you think?
My name is Diane Lee, and my opinion is that there are some material goods that should be allowed to sold in the market. For example, this microphone. This is something we can sell in the market. This isn't something we should wait in line to get, unless maybe some communist country would do so. But in a market economy, there are a lot of material goods that belong in private domain that could be sold, unlike public goods or public values. For instance, you mentioned black market. There is organ black market in China, and that is a serious problem because organs should not be private goods. It shouldn't be sold to the highest bidder. It should go to someone who really needs it.
All right, so how can we distinguish those goods that are appropriate to buy and sell in a market?
I think that is the biggest question in our era, and that is the biggest dilemma we have in this philosophy lecture today. But
you're right. That's why I'm asking for your view about this.
Yes.
So organs are inappropriate for markets.
Mm-hmm.
And a ticket to a rock concert?
I think that belongs to the market.
That belongs to the market.
Yes.
And access to medical care?
I think that doesn't belong to market. I think there shouldn't be scalping or black market.
And access to a philosophy lecture?
I personally strongly believe that it shouldn't belong to black market or market economy because thinking of the nature of this philosophy lecture, the title is what is the title? What money can buy, right? So, of course, there are a lot of goods what money can buy, but at the same time, there are some goods that money shouldn't be able to buy. And this lecture is not one of those things we should buy with money.
All right.
Shouldn't be bought with money.
All right.
Yeah.
So, And can you detect a pattern or a principle to help us think through these questions of what money should and should not be able to buy? Organs, they're part of the human body, is that
Yes.
why?
Yes, and that I think one of the students back there already mentioned, but that belongs to basic human rights to be cured of disease or any illness.
And access to education. Philosophy lecture is a kind of education.
Yes, I also think that belongs to basic human rights. Therefore, it shouldn't be up to the market to be responsible for it.
But rock concerts, entertainment, material goods, the market's okay.
Some goods that can be considered as luxury, I think they can belong to the market.
All right, so we have the beginning. And tell me your name again.
Taeyong Lee.
Kai.
Call me Diana, please.
No, I want to try to get your name right.
Taeyong.
Kai Yong.
Sorry, D-A,
Oh.
Ta, and Young, as in I'm young.
Taeyong.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. So Taeyong
Thank you.
has offered us an initial attempt to distinguish those goods that should be bought and sold in the market and those that should not be, that should be governed by other values. I would like, and thank you for that. That's a very helpful beginning point.